Welcome to Ray Reads, a podcast where I discuss the books I am currently reading. For this episode of Ray Reads, I will be discussing A Court of Wings and Ruin, Book 3 of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. I love Feyre's revenge and her manipulation of the Spring Court. Tamlin and Ianthe deserve the ruination after how they caged Feyre and sided with Hybern. All the ways Feyre undermines Ianthe delight me. She subtly steals the priestess's influence for herself, making a fool out of Ianthe as Feyre paints herself in a holy light. Feyre doesn't have to do much with Tamlin. He's perfectly capable of making a fool of himself all on his own. I never liked Tamlin to begin with. He is such a little bitch. Tamlin killed the sentries who were on duty the day Tamlin locked up Feyre, and more came to rescue her. Those sentries did not deserve to be murdered for this. Tamlin is a complete asshole at the meeting with all 7 High Lords. He insults Feyre for everything from her mate to how she believed Tamlin was a true ally to Hybern. That last part is entirely his own fault for never letting Feyre in on his plans. But, of course, Tamlin refuses to accept responsibility for his own actions. He wants to pin all the blame on Rhys and Feyre, as though Tamlin hadn't drove Feyre away and opened the Spring Court to Hybern. I am glad that Lucien finally leaves the Spring Court with Feyre. Certainly, it was not an easy decision for him. Tamlin was Lucien's best friend, and the Spring Court became his home when he left the Autumn Court for good. If it hadn't had been for Elaine, his mate, Lucien very well might have stayed at Tamlin's side. I would have been interested in seeing Lucien as he hunts down Queen Vassa on the human continent. I've always liked Lucien, and I love how he befriends Queen Vassa and Jurian. Some characters kind of roll their eyes at the Band of Exiles, but I think it's great. It would have been better, though, if we could have seen the formation of the Band of Exiles and how they all bonded. Now, let's talk about Elaine for a moment. I am incredibly torn on who I ship Elaine most with. On one hand, Lucien is her mate, and they would be good together. But Then there's Azriel, and he's so perfect. I adore how Azriel interacts with Elaine. He even lends her his blade, Truth Teller, something he has never done for anyone else ever. And Elaine kills the King of Hybern with it, which is beautiful. Too bad the story focuses more on Nesta than Elaine. Personally, I believe Cassian deserves better than Nesta. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Nesta is such a mega bitch. She acts like Elaine is her only sister, and she treats Feyre and the Court of Dreams like trash. Would it kill her to treat people who are only trying to help her with a modicum of decency? I feel bad for Cassian and Feyre. Feyre and Rhys are certainly the star couple of the series. The High Lord and High Lady are equals in a way Feyre had never been with Tamlin. I am completely head over heels for Rhys. Rhysand and Aelin from the Throne of Glass series are to die for. Their swaggering arrogance that conceals their self-sacrificing nature enchants me. Rhys has sacrificed so much to protect the ones he loves. Here, he gives up his life, and before, he offered up his body. After Amarantha, Rhys often visited the library, which he made into a safe haven for abused and hurt people to heal. I adore the concept of this library. It's an essential part of the Court of Dreams. Lastly, I want to acknowledge one more dreamer who has helped Feyre time and again. The Suriel. The Suriel has a dreamer's heart. That is why he has helped Feyre in each book. The Suriel knows Feyre is the key to a better world. He believes in her and the promise of a brighter future. May the Suriel rest in peace. This book is where the series peaks. The next two books are okay, but Mist and Fury and Wings of Ruin are undoubtedly the best in the entire series.